We see things to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we will always walk in the path of justice, peace, and love and charity to one another. Help us with our grace to do all those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen.
Amen.
With all due respect, Honorable Chairman and other members of the committee, before you begin, you have Fru Joseph, Dr. Yila Premier, Barrister Awasume Dorita, and my almost advisor, we are representing the petitioners who are increasing the government.
The respondents here.
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am Nera Oka Igbo. We were summoned, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Solicitor General of the Federation were summoned, so that is why I am here.
The Minister of Finance?
Ministry of Justice.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, sir, my name is Dauda Stanley, representing the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Okay, Foreign Affairs, I think we will schedule this matter to get your report. Do you have the report?
Mr. Chairman, we don't have the report here because we are written to our embassy and we are waiting for their response. They have not responded back to us.
How soon can we get this?
Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to believe in the next 1 or 2 weeks' time the report will be.
The sixth, we said on this matter, and we can't continue to allow these guys to languish in jail, whether it's legal or illegal, without getting your report. We need to do something, because these are also Nigerians. You said within 1 week or 2 weeks we should have a report. What effort are you going to make sure that we get this report within 2 weeks?
Mr. Chairman, sir, it is because of this that the Honorable Minister mandated the Chajeli affair to visit them in the prison, get their own side of the story, and also interact with the Cameroonian government and have the details of what actually transpired and advise the Honorable Minister on that.
Attorney General, have you been briefed about this matter?
Sir?
Have you been briefed about this matter?
Yes, Honorable Chair. I was there during the last date.
During the last hearing?
Yes, during the last hearing, and where the chairman that presided that day directed that we be served with the submissions, the petition.
You have been served?
We were duly served with the petition. In fact, the counsel himself even came to my office and we exchanged pleasantries and numbers. The fact is, like during that the last hearing, I promised to submit our response to the petition on or before today.
Have you?
No, I have not. The reason is simple. Because Federal Ministry of Justice prior to this time had written letters to relevant agencies in respect of this matter. And we were still awaiting feedback from them. But incidentally, yesterday, we following my inquiries with respect to the matter, I got an information from our appeal division in respect of this matter. Because the petitioners has gotten judgment at the Federal High Court against the NSC, and I think the MFL. I'm very sure of NSC as a party. They got judgment at the Federal High Court. But the Federal Minister of Justice appealed the judgment at the Federal High Court.
Why?
Appealed the judgment because we were not satisfied with the judgment. So we appealed against the judgment and...
when you say you are not satisfied...
Yes, with the judgment.
Counsel,
yes.
When you say you are not satisfied, are you saying that the petitioners should continue to languish in jail, or because if they got a judgment in their favor, I think your position should have been to find a way to release these guys?
No, Honorable Chairman, Federal Minister of Justice is not directly involved in this matter. We are not. I said it on the last.
Was there any part of the judgment that was that I would say is adversely affecting you?
Affecting the Federal Minister of Justice?
Yes. Since you are not a party.
We are not a party. We were not a party to the suit. But NSC is an agency of the federal government that was sued. Incidentally, I can't remember.
So you are defending the NSC?
Exactly. The parties, the people that were sued. I'm saying that
everything resolves around you. That's why.
Agreed. And that is why we now made effort. Because when a judgment is given against you, you don't just fold your hands. You have to test the judgment of the lower court on appeal, and that's precisely
that is if there is an error. That is if there is an error. I am a lawyer too. So,
Honorable Chairman, the court was explicit in its judgment in setting it last time.
Okay.
It was explicit. One of the reasons given by the Honorable Court was that it was based on a defective affidavit. The affidavit they advanced to was defective.
Oh, really?
Yes. So if a judgment was based on a defective affidavit and it is set aside, then, Honorable Chairman, you know what.
That is, you are not asking the Court of Appeals to interpret what was defective about the...
Exactly. They have even gone on out. They've gone to Supreme Court. Their lawyer, Femi Falana, has gone to Supreme Court. The matter is that there's a motion. We were served with the motion. I said it's upon inquiry about this matter now.
Okay, this is what we do. Honorable Attorney General, I want you to help us. You see, this place, we are not a court of law. We are a committee set up by the House to make sure Nigerians get justice. And it's not to say that someone can bring a petition that is defective or that is not warranted in law or in fact and come here and give judgment. We don't give judgment, we only make recommendation to the House. And the House will now debate it and probably approve the resolution of the committee. Now, these guys are languishing in jail. We cannot allow these guys to continue to be in jail because of technicality. If they are Nigerians, and if actually they were adopted, like you said, and you are in a position to say, because I don't, as a lawyer, I look at things from an objective point of view because I didn't practice Nigeria. I practiced for over 23 years in the US. And I practiced before the highest court in the US. So I just want us to follow things so that people can get justice. And also, please, hasten your investigation as to the agencies and conclude on your. Don't write your report based on what you have here today. Don't write your report based on what you have here today. But two of you are sitting on the same side, but I know you must write your report based on what is actual and factual. So, sir, But on the other part, I know the law mandates you to defend every government agency. But that is not when they are not. Because if you look at the facts of this matter, we know where it's going. These guys are languishing in jail, whether as long as they didn't commit any crime, or sentence because the court has found them guilty of the crime. Let us see a way to make sure they get justice. Please. I'm only begging.
Honorable Chairman, I will let the Attorney General of the Federation, the submission that's why we are really taking our time so that we gather as much facts as we can lay hand on and then submit to the committee, and then the committee will do its work. We are not rushing. All I pray for today is to give me some time.
How much time do you need?
Some time to now conclude and then submit our.
How much time do you need?
As a matter of fact, during the last hearing, when 3 weeks was given, I wasn't comfortable because being in government, I know what it takes.
Bureaucracy involved.
Yes, bureaucracy involved. I know what it takes. So I will prefer if the Honorable Chairman and members can grant us a date in July.
July. Okay, before we do that, Honorable Member, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chairman, the clerk of the House and guest. I'm here Vice Marshal Joe, retired, and I represent the people of Ekiti South Federal Constituency 1 from Ekiti State. Now it's first 2 questions. I'm sorry, maybe I've not been following this and I need some little clarification, especially when they are talking about professors from Nigerian universities. How many are they? Which university are they from?
It's for them.
All right.
It's for you.
Council.
Yeah, please.
Thank you. Use your microphone.
Honorable Chairman, let me start off by respecting protocol and to welcome you very heartily and to congratulate the new administration that's coming in. Because I've been around, or we have been around for quite some time. We've been for more than a year and counting. And so when we see new administration coming in, we, like they say, the old order changes you in place to the new one. When that happens, it's a good thing. So I congratulate you for assuming the chairmanship, and I want you to extend those regards to the new chairman, whom you deputized for, and to congratulate the new clerk for coming in too, because it's a complete new administration. And honorable member, you're very welcome. I'm sure that if you've been attending the sessions, we've been together, and it's a good thing that we are together again. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you again. Before we get to actually talking about those professors, let me extend the greetings of my clients who are, like you rightly say, languishing in jail, and they've been there now for about 7 years and counting. Mr. Chairman, you are a lawyer. Everybody around us, especially from the Ministry of Justice and Foreign Affairs, are versed in these matters. And it's very satisfying and heartwarming to us that we can pass these matters and give it the legal inclinations that they need in order to get to the justice that is desired. So when these matters are spoken in that light, it is very heartwarming. But then by the same token, we cannot hide behind legalese to be able to say the thing that you have been saying since this hearing commenced, that people are languishing in jail. And those people, I stress again, Mr. Chairman, are Nigerians. Nigerians by registration, Nigerian by citizenship, Nigerians by law. That said, Mr. Chairman, let me get back to, there are 10 individuals, Honorable Chairman. 6 of them are university professors. 2 are lawyers, and 1 is a retired university administrator, 65 years old, and today he will be 60. He will be 68. And 1 is a teacher. All of them are certified refugees and asylum seekers. All of them, all 10, when you put the number of years that you agglomerate the number of years that they've lived in Nigeria together, they exceed 100 years. Some of the professors have been in the educational system for more than a generation. That means for more than 30 years. These are people who are grounded by culture and by education as Nigerians. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And if there are any other questions concerning this 10 men, I'll answer them.
Thank you. All right. I have maybe 2-3 more questions about that. Once you say a six of them university professors, 2 lawyers, and 2 university administrators. If I get you clearly, that's what you said.
Yes, sir.
And you say they are refugees and asylum seekers.
Certified with their certificates granted by the Nigerian Refugee Agency and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. All their certificates of refugees and asylum seeking are on the record. 10 of them.
Okay. I just want to, why I'm asking this question is that if you're an asylum seeker, what is it that they have done that will make them to be incarcerated for 7 years and still counting and nothing being done? What is it? Let us know. If they're Nigerians by birth, you didn't say they're Nigerian by birth.
No, not
you say by registration,
by registration.
by this.
Correct.
Are they, sorry, maybe because I have not been here before, are they in Nigerian prisons or in Cameroon prisons?
Honorable Chairman, let me give you a short synopsis of what happened.
Okay, please.
On the 5th of January 2018, these 10 men were having a meeting and a getaway meeting at Nera Hotel at Alex Okweme Street here in the federal capital city of Nigeria on the 5th of January 2018. At about 7 p.m., armed men, whom now we know are elements of the DSS and other security agents and members of the Nigerian military, picked them up at gunpoint, arrested them, drove them around the city for about an hour, took them to the DIA, took them down to the 4th story downstairs and held them there for 20 days. During these 20 days, the agents from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees visited them and identified them and then reassured them that nothing could happen to them as long as they were being investigated. For what? Nobody told them. There was no judicial overview, there was no administrative overview. And then on the 25th of January, honorable member, they were taken from the DIA straight to Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, the military wing of it, and then put into a Cameroon military plane that had got into Nigerian airspace, landed in Nigerian airspace, and took this men away. This was a cargo military plane. There were no seats.
They're Cameroonian originally. They are born Cameroonian.
They're Cameroonian born.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And just to refresh your memory, pursuant to the 1951 Convention on the Law of Refugees, the concept, the founding principle on which that law lies is the principle of non-refoulement. And non-refoulement means if somebody is running away from persecution, and persecution, whether it's because of race, religion, political opinion, national origin, or membership in a particular social group, you cannot send them back to that same harm that they're running away from. The question that you might want to ask is was that fear, was that harm ascertained? The answer is definitely yes. Yes, why? Because those certificates had already been granted. Those statuses were already granted. So they were refugees and asylum seekers. But
they are not yet, they have not been granted as asylum.
Precisely, they were granted, and that's why those certificates are there. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to clarify for you. So they were here. So that's the basis under which we call them Nigerian citizens.
Okay.
That's why we are not calling them Nigerians by birth. And you would know that Nigerian law in terms of citizenship does not really, for the sake of human equality, does not really distinguish between birth and registration in terms of citizenship. And that's why when the chairman says that they are Nigerian citizens, he's absolutely very right. Without trying to win honorable member, any more questions to elucidate and clarify this, because this is very important for members to understand so that they can reach a decision that is appropriate in this case.
I know you're a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
And I want to ask you this question. Do you know anything about that bilateral agreement when it comes to crime, cross-border crime?
Cross-border crime.
Do you know anything about the bilateral agreement between Cameroon and Nigeria?
I'm a criminal lawyer as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you know that if a Cameroonian commit crime against Nigeria in Cameroon, Nigeria can request for him to be brought to Nigeria for trial?
Correct.
That's how much more of a born Cameroonian who is asylum seeker in Nigeria that cannot be taken to Cameroon for crime in case he has committed crime against Cameroon, and Cameroon has requested for him officially.
The issue here is that there's no evidence of our file that there was a crime committed, or that they have been convicted of any crime, or that are awaiting prosecution in the room. So the issue we should be asking is whether or not the process of repatriation was followed. If that was not followed and these people have been granted asylum and given certificates, the moment you have issued that certificate, you have assumed the citizenship or residency of that country.
What I'm trying to say, Chairman, is that let us look at it. It's actually.
If you have any,
if we look at it, it's actually.
If there is any evidence from the Foreign Ministry or the Attorney General's office that there was a crime, they are awaiting trial in Cameroon, we have no issue. We will allow them to be tried there. But as long as it is political opinion or there's fear of persecution instead of prosecution. You understand? There's a difference between persecution and persecution. So if they are awaiting prosecution, then we can allow the process to go on. But if they are being persecuted because of their belief or because they are afraid or they're talking bad about the government, that's a different thing.
And Mr. Chairman,
you might want to lay your question.
Council, do you want to say something?
No, this the area you're talking about really is not for the Honorable Attorney General to if you talk about issue of refoulement, rendition, is not for us. It's the people that is it. They are alleging that Nigerian armed forces, that's the allegation.
Armed forces?
Yeah. No, Nigerian armed men. They said armed men. Correct. Armed men. Correct. And this will make me again, Honorable Chairman, to go back to this decision. The decision I talked about. Because in that decision, the court said, that's the term they use in the affidavit. The court now said there are so many armed security agencies in Nigeria. So you need to define exactly what happened, what's transpired.
That is why they want.
I'm only referring you again back to
yes, that is why they are.
Because it's important. Using it is simple. You can easily say it.
Yes,
but when you go to court, your interpretation has to begin to
That is why the another word, abduction, is
Precisely.
That's why another abduction. I'm not the golden brief for them. It is their brief. So, but we need to define the legalese used here. Abduction by armed men,
yes.
Or who are the armed men?
Exactly.
So if we can't define them, but they were abducted.
And they were abducted.
Wait, now if they were abducted and identified in a place where they were kept, you understand? Somebody kept them there. Okay, and it is easily identifiable who brought them in there.
This is where my question is. You said they are in DIA. They were kept in the 4th floor.
Down, yes.
Down 4th floor. How do you know this?
Precisely. Listen, honorable member, this is.
I think let me just say something. It is not easy for me. It's easy for us to talk out of sentiment.
No,
out of emotion. But please, let's get the facts.
Precisely.
Right. And you have to know where, who, and where, and how. So that when you're able to prove this for, it's easy for us to take it off from there. But what we are saying now, for me, this is me. But what we are saying now, it is just hearsay.
No, not at all, Honorable Chairman.
Okay.
And I am glad that we are having this conversation.
Yes.
Because it's this conversation that will elucidate the facts for you to, especially that you've not had the kind of background and the kind of immersion that I've had to the case.
Yeah.
Honorable member, just for your information, not only have 3 high courts in Abuja looked at the facts in this case and ruled on those facts, the Supreme Court of Human Rights in the world that sits in Geneva, that's called the Human Rights Commission, the working group on arbitrary detentions, has looked in this case, investigated this case, and given an opinion. That opinion is opinion 059/2022 of October 14, 2022. And that opinion is very clear. That, let's not even get to that opinion. Let's tell you how that opinion was gotten. When you apply, when you make an application to that court, they not only investigate one party, they get into the facts, which means that they ask the Attorney General of Nigeria to be able to submit facts contrary to what we submitted in that application. They went through that process and they have given the opinion that is very clear. It is unequivocal.
Council, please, wait, please. What we need now, Attorney General has requested that we give him that
More time.
The foreign affairs have not completed their foreign affairs have not completed their investigation, and from whatever agencies they are requesting it, they have to write their report. The question my honorable member asked was to update him on the facts of the matter, and I think you have done justice to that. Well, after that, we will give you a copy of the listen to me. I've been following up with this case for a long time, and our own is that the matter has been here. This is the 6th summer. Okay, and we don't want this matter to continue to be here a longer period of time. Every agency, every party that's supposed to do something on this matter to resolve it should please do. Whether it's adverse to you or pro you is not our issue. The issue is let the investigation be completed. Let us make a decision based on facts and inform the decision. That way everybody can be happy. If your clients, this matter you said has gone to the Supreme Court, we can even jettison this matter because it is still in court. But the fact is that we have already assumed the jurisdiction because of when it was brought before us. That's why we're continuing with the matter. Attorney General, I will give you time. How much time do you need? Sometimes in July.
Let me just say something. Chairman, sir, sorry, sir. This is for us. I've asked my own questions from the complainants. But for us, I want us to also realize that whoever they are, professors, whatever, they are first of all human beings. So humanity should allow us to do what is right. So this time asking for more time, it's not helping the situation. If somebody has been incarcerated for 7 years and we are saying we are not complete or we are yet to complete the investigation, it's not speaking well of whoever or the humanity in us does not speak to that. So we need to fast track this thing so that these people are not punished unjustly. We are human beings. It can be you, it can be me. So there's need for us to fast track this investigation and let us be conclusive about this case. Whatever we need to do, if we are going to let them be, we know we have concluded they can be. If we are bringing them back as Nigerians, let's do something.
Thank you very much, my chairman.
Thank you. All I have to say is that by God's special grace, I am versed in immigration law. I know immigration law, and that's what I practice. Board certified in it. So I am very familiar with the facts of this matter, but I cannot render any kind of opinion based on all this is until we get to hear from the Attorney General and the Foreign Affairs. Please, just let us work towards. I'll give you as much time as you need to complete your investigation. Attorney General, please, work with us. You are the ones that elected us to be here. And we will work for you. So help us to help Nigerians. If there's evidence that these guys their asylum has not been granted, then I will have no business with this file. So, but as long as the asylum has been granted, whether even temporarily, that temporary status still sustains until we pass it. Please. So you said sometime in July. Give us a date. Give us a date in July. July 8th.
July 8th.
Or do you need more time or 9?
But is the way it is now.
Just take enough time.
Yes, you know I have mentioned during my pitch is that you understand bureaucracy. If we have to go to Solicitor General and then down to the Attorney General to approve, it's all upon approval that we can make any stuff.
But you can actually appoint somebody specific for this part.
For
This particular part. You can appoint somebody specific. Go and do the work on this part.
no, it's not the work I'm talking about. We are going to complete the work.
Okay.
Before the week runs out, we'll be through with this.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the bureaucracy in the system. You submit, you do your own, you submit. And the Attorney General may not be readily available to go through before approval is given. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying, I suggested July. Is all
That's
that.
fine. July is fine with us.
And what, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, there's something, that's why, this process of give and take is very, very important. In regular procedure, that's why there are deadlines. In every procedure, there are deadlines. We are talking about a situation where we've been here. In fact, the Attorney General, I offered proof here that the Attorney General of the Federation was served on this matter in 2022. And my brother knows that.
Council, hold on. You see, the problem we have is that there is no scheduled order in the country. Okay? There's no scheduled order as to trials or anything. So any lawyer can go to court and take a date. Unlike civilized nations where a judge issues you the scheduled order the moment you file a suit and you follow it. So I'm not going to blame our people until I amend our laws. So
Let's not advise Mr. Chairman.
Let us just work with what we have. It is helping us and leading us somewhere.
I stand and advise Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, sir. I'm waiting for your date.
Okay, Honorable Chairman. Please, on or before 11.
On the 9th.
We're entering on the 11th.
11th.
On or before?
11th. Either on the 9th or on the 10th, which one?
Okay. 9th or 10th of
July.
It's okay. Any of them.
The Thursday.
It's okay.
Okay. That'll give you enough time.
It's okay.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, is that okay with you?
It's okay, sir.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Mr. Chairman.
Any day is okay for you.
It is.
As long as you get results.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, so before your gavel falls, let me just make sure that we have some housekeeping things so that our records can be very clear, and so that whatever they are working on or whatever they want to ask from the Secretariat while they do this, they can ask that and get that information conveniently. I have been asking that we we annotate the documents that we submitted for easy identification. And so I actually, through you, I want to really thank the clerk of the committee for giving me the chance to be able to go through that with him this morning and be able to identify all those documents which are now in the records of the committee, and so that we know what we're talking about. That said, Mr. Chairman, the original petition here, I would request that we make it either Annex A or Exhibit A, whatever the committee wants to call it. We call it A. And then the original submissions that we had in here, which are in this booklet, we make it Exhibit B. And then the address that we had from the petitioners on when we commenced this on the 6th of March 2024, we make it Exhibit C. And then the supplementary submissions that we had, which is this one, we make that Exhibit D. And then the follow-up letter that we had, that we brought to, because at one point this was adjourned synagogue. We did a follow-up letter to reawaken this. That should be Exhibit E. And then the legal memorandum that we submitted last time, which is here, that would be Exhibit F. And then the two letters that I did serve to the Ministry of Justice and went over to Director Nnannan's office, that and the other receipt to the Secretary General of the Federation, those two receipts will constitute Exhibit G. Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Council, those requests are granted. You must go back to the client and the next office. Once they are done, he will submit it to us. We can follow that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Most obliged.
Honorable Chairman, before your government falls, I will request that for the annotation, it should be typed and then served on us. All the parties should have it, so that each party will look at the documents served on it and confirm that that is exactly what is annotated.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that should have been the beginning of the entire exercise.
Okay, but you know that all these experts, I call them experts, they come in not at the same time because it comes in when an event happens. So I will ask the clerk, once you do these things, make sure everything is served on the parties. Is that okay?
As the House please.
Okay, this matter is listed for July 9th, July 10th. That's the Thursday, 2025. Please, all parties, I will expect to get your documents early enough for us to read them so that we can make an informed decision on this. Thank you very much. This matter is
As the committee pleases. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much.
This is Shea Tata from SM, what you often known as the Scandi Media. And we just asked about the session today. I think there were a lot of people who came for the session. You could see the session was specifically scheduled only for our case today. It was supposed to take place yesterday, but because the new committee or the new team, the new leadership, they had to go into the files and study some of the things and then reschedule our case today. And I think anyone leaving the hall today, the hearing center, I think we have smiles on our faces. Following what we got from the Ministry of Justice, who in the last session said they had nothing to do with the case and that they needed, and the chairman asked them to present their submission in writing, which is what we were expecting. Unfortunately, he didn't come with that submission from what he promised. And he seemed to have played a different role today, again, getting completely engaged and involved in the case simply because he thought that the case has been at the Supreme Court. And for that reason, we were given a chance for them to do a final submission, which is going to be on the 10th of July. And we were also lucky to have had, for the first time, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Thank you.
Yeah, today is the 29th of May 2025. It's a Thursday. I'm standing here in front of the Senate Committee hearing hall to hear the petition of Sisiku Ayotabe and 9 others. The session went through very well. It started about 2:14, and by 2:57 we were through with it. There were a lot of things that went through, a lot of debate, a lot of discussions. Luckily today, again, as you can know, the Attorney General of the Federation was highly represented, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs was highly represented. So the Foreign Affairs Ministry made it clear that there was a series of findings. They need to talk to other agencies who had to file their report, because they were expecting them to give a final report today, which they say the report is not yet ready. They should give them one small time, which to them 1 or 2 weeks will be okay. The Attorney of the Federation, in his own intervention, equally acknowledged that they should give them some time so that they can bring their final submission after collating for other related agencies. That's National Commission of Refugee had to obtain permission not to be here today. So, but everything went well. Our lawyer, Barrister Fru, did a very powerful presentation. The chairman of the committee, on his part, was so impressive and really spent time. Both the chairman and the vice chairman both spent time hammering the fact that these people their case must be concluded as soon as possible, because it has lingered for over 6 years and they will not continue coming here and be doing adjournment. So with this, they equally acknowledge the fact that these are people, these are human beings. So the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the Attorney General Office should understand that these people have been in prison for 6 years and something must be done to bring a positive conclusion to this always, pushing it ahead. So the final date has been given that we have to come, and hopefully on that day we think most of the job would have been done, which is the 10th of July. So the matter has been adjourned to the 10th of July. So by the time we come on the 10th of July, we expect that everything, some positive things will be on that day. We really appreciate the submission of Barrister Fru and his team. They've really done it well. They've done it well. They make us proud with their submissions. Everybody in the hall was, impressed with their submission. Luckily, this was the only hearing today, so everybody took his time to present his submission just as it is. So, dear Amazonians, dear Nigerians, dear Africans, we hope the Senate Committee, as a representative, is doing a very excellent job, and we hope it will conclude in a very positive way. So, we pray and continue praying. So, meet you again, be hearing from us again on the 10th of July, and hopefully we think we should be having more positive news than what we just had today. Thank you very much.
Okay, today, the 29th day of May 2025, we are here before the House of Representatives in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, Nigeria. We are just coming out from the session before the Committee on Public Petition, where the hearing for the Nera 10 just took place. The hearing today was a different one because there is a change in atmosphere. For the past 6 times that we have been in Parliament hearing, in the hearing, it had been a new, that was under the old administration. Presently, we have a new chairman with the new administration, and they are taking the whole thing in their own way. They have said, and we really like the way they are putting it, that they don't have to make more than 5 months before the hearing is over. That it has delayed so much. That is to say, they want to go at the speed of light. They don't want this matter to stay so much before the committee. And with that, we think they are about to do justice in this case. And we believe that the justice will be done in this case will be done. And there's actually a change of procedure, a change of the way he's looking at it. Because the present chairman is a lawyer, and then he's looking at it from the perspective of the law. And then he's following procedures, unlike the other one who was not the lawyer, he was a non-lawyer. And then he was looking at things from his own angle too. So, with this particular chairman today, we think we are going to go at the speed of light to arrive at the judgment which we are expecting from them, which we believe has to be favorable for us. The matter has been adjourned to the 10th day of July 2025, where the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the Ministry of Justice are expected to their submission for this House to rule and give us a verdict. Thank you. I'm Barr John Henry, one of the council handling the matter before the House.